Hello everyone. In this video, we will dig deep into the topic of what goes around comes around, the law of the boomerang. For those who did not know, I'm the author of the two books, A Road to Wealth and Happiness and The Secret to Success, and I did mention about all of the laws of the universe. The law of boomerang is one of them. The phrase "what goes around comes around" is a simple yet powerful concept that resonates deeply across cultures, religions, and philosophies. It reflects the idea that our actions, whether good or bad, will eventually return to us in some form. This principle is often referred to as the law of boomerang or the law of cause and effect, which suggests that just as a boomerang, when thrown correctly, returns to the thrower, our deeds, whether positive or negative, will find their way back to us. Understanding this principle is crucial as it reinforces the importance of kindness, fairness, and integrity in our interactions with others. The meaning of the law of the boomerang, or the law of cause and effect. The law of boomerang is deeply rooted in the belief that life operates on the principle of cause and effect. It implies that every action has a reaction, and the energy we put into the world will eventually return to us. This concept is reflected in various spiritual and ethical traditions. For example, in Hinduism and Buddhism, karma teaches that our present actions shape our future experiences. Christianity echoes this sentiment with the biblical verse, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." Luke 6 verse 31. Similarly, in every life, we often witness instances where people who spread negativity and harm eventually face repercussions, while others who exhibit kindness and generosity receive blessing in return. This law is not just a mystical or religious belief, it also aligns with psychological and social principles. Studies in human behavior show that people who treat others poorly often experience loneliness, resentment, and even retaliation. Conversely, individuals who act with kindness and compassion tend to foster positive relationships, receive help in times of need, and experience greater emotional well-being. Why people should not harm others. Understanding the law of boomerang serves as a compelling reason to avoid harming others. Here are some key reasons why people should strive to act with kindness and integrity. First, negative actions lead to negative consequences. When people engage in harmful behaviors such as lying, cheating, or hurting others, they might experience a short-term gains, but long-term consequences are often detrimental. Dishonesty, for instance, might bring temporary success, but once exposed, it leads to loss of trust and credibility. Similarly, hurting others physically or emotionally often results in guilt, regret, or even revenge, which can create a cycle of negativity that is hard to escape. The power of positive energy. By treating others with kindness and respect, individuals create an environment of positivity around them. When people extend goodwill, it often encourages others to respond in kind, fostering a community built on mutual respect and support. This not only enhances relationships but also contributes to overall happiness and well-being. Emotional and psychological impact. Harming others can have severe emotional consequences for both the perpetrators and the victim. Acts of cruelty, bullying, or deception often lead to guilt, anxiety, and inner turmoil. On the other hand, choosing kindness and fairness fosters a sense of peace and fulfillment. Studies in psychology suggest that acts of generosity and compassion stimulate the brain's reward centers, leading to increased feelings of happiness and satisfaction. Social and professional repercussions. In social and professional settings, reputation is built on how individuals treat others. People who engage in harmful behavior often find themselves isolated, distrusted, and even facing legal consequences. In contrast, those who act with integrity and kindness build strong networks, gain support in difficult times, and earn lasting respect and admiration. The ripple effect. Our actions influence not only ourselves but also those around us. A single act of kindness can inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect that spreads positivity. Conversely, harmful actions can perpetuate cycles and negativity and resentment. By being mindful of our actions, we contribute to the world where people feel safe, valued, and encouraged to be their best selves. The law of Boomerang reminds us that our actions, whether good or bad, eventually return to us. Living in this principle encourages individuals to act with kindness, honesty, and integrity, knowing that what they give to the world will ultimately shape their own experiences. Instead of causing harm, people should strive to uplift and support one another, fostering a society based on empathy and respect. In doing so, not only do they create a better life for themselves, but they also contribute to a more harmonious and compassionate world. All of these laws have been expressed by multiple people, my mentor, Bob Proctor, Napoleon Hill, but one of a mentor that I also admire is Anthony Hopkins, and I will include partial of his speech into this video so you can hear from his perspective. Thank you so much.
There comes a time in life when you realize that some people were never meant to walk the entire journey with you. They came not to uplift you, but to test you. They betrayed, hurt, and deceived, perhaps thinking they could walk away without consequences. But life does not work that way. The energy we put into the world eventually finds its way back. The pain they inflicted, the burdens they placed on you, will one day return to them in ways they never expected. Not because you seek revenge, but because the universe never forgets. Your role is not to fight, not to chase, not to prove them wrong. Your role is to rise, to heal, and to move forward while they face what they once gave. The energy you give returns to you. Life is a mirror. Every action, every word, every intention we put into the world eventually finds its way back to us. This is not just a philosophical idea, it is a reality that unfolds in ways we often fail to see immediately. When someone chooses to hurt you, to betray your trust, or to bring negativity into your life, they are not just affecting you, they are setting the course for their own future. The energy they give is not forgotten by the universe. It lingers waiting for the right moment to return. Some call it karma, others call it justice. But regardless of the name, the principle remains the same. What you sow, you will eventually reap. A person who spreads lies will one day be surrounded by deception. A person who thrives on manipulating others will find themselves lost in a web of their own making. And those who bring pain will, in time, experience the same pain they once inflicted. This is why you do not need to seek revenge. You do not need to waste your energy trying to make them pay for what they did. The natural order of life will take care of that for you. Instead, your focus should be on yourself, on healing, on growing, and on becoming the person you were meant to be. It may seem unfair at times, watching them walk away without consequences. But the truth is, consequences are not always immediate. They may not feel the weight of their actions today or tomorrow, but life will present them with their own trials when they least expect it. That is why the strongest response you can give is to keep moving forward. While they remain trapped in the cycle of negativity they created, you rise above it, untouched by the chaos they tried to leave in your path. So trust in the process. Let them go. Let them deal with the fate they have written for themselves. Because in the end, no one escapes the energy they put into the world. Let karma handle it, not you. When someone wrongs you, the first instinct is often to react, to fight back, to prove a point, to make them feel what they made you feel. But in reality, the greatest lesson life will ever teach you is this: you don't have to do anything. The universe operates on a system far more powerful than any revenge you could plan. Every action a person takes is like a seed planted in the soil of their own future. If they plant deception, they will one day live in a world where they trust no one. If they plant pain, they will eventually experience deep suffering. If they thrive on betrayal, they will be betrayed when it matters most. It may seem like they are getting away with it now, walking freely while you carry the weight of what they did. But time has a way of settling all debts. The most dangerous thing they have done is not hurting you, is setting themselves up for the consequences that are yet to come. That's why you must resist the urge to seek revenge. The moment you try to take matters into your own hands, you tie yourself to their negativity. You become trapped in the same cycle of destruction that they live in. But when you step back, when you refuse to let their actions dictate your emotions, you become free. You let life handle them while you walk forward, untouched by their poison. The most powerful thing you can do is nothing. Let them think they have won. Let them believe they escaped the consequences. Because in the silence, in the stillness, their fate is already unfolding. And when their time comes, you won't have to lift a finger, because life always delivers exactly what is deserved. Silence is the strongest response. When someone wrongs you, the world teaches you to fight back, to prove a point, to make them feel the weight of what they have done. But the truth is, the most powerful response you can give is silence. People who cause harm, betray trust, or spread negativity often expect a reaction. They feed off your pain. They want to know that they still have control over your emotions. That's their real victory, not just in what they did, but in knowing that it affected you. The moment you react with anger, frustration, or desperation, they win. You confirm their power over you. But what happens when you refuse to react? What happens when you remain silent? When you walk away without a word? When you show them that their actions have no hold on your life? It unsettles them. It confuses them. It forces them to sit with the reality of what they have done. There is nothing more unsettling than being ignored by someone you expected to break. It forces them to confront themselves. It leaves them wondering if they ever had any real impact on you at all. And in that silence, they start to feel the weight of their own choices. Silence is not weakness. It is strength in its purest form. It means you are in control. It means you are so focused on your own growth and success that their negativity does not even deserve a response. While they remain stuck in their own toxic cycle, you are moving forward. You are building a life where they no longer have a place. There is nothing more painful for those who hurt you than realizing they no longer matter. That their betrayal, their lies, their cruelty did not stop you, it made you stronger. And the best part, you didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to argue. You didn't have to prove anything. You simply rose above it. So when they expect you to react, when they wait for you to fall apart, give them nothing. Let your silence speak louder than any words ever could. Because the moment you stop giving them attention, they start feeling the weight of their own actions. And that weight is far heavier than anything you could ever do to them. Your growth is their greatest loss. Nothing unsettles those who try to break you more than seeing you rise. They expected you to stay stuck in the pain they caused. They thought their betrayal, their lies, their cruelty would hold you back. But when you refuse to let their actions define you, when you grow, evolve and succeed, despite what they did, you deliver a silent lesson far more powerful than revenge. People who harm others often thrive on control. They want to see you struggle. They want to feel like they had an impact on your life. But the moment you shift your focus from them to your own growth, they lose that power. Suddenly, they are no longer the center of your story. They become irrelevant. Imagine this: they look back, expecting to see you stuck in the same pain they left you in. But instead, they see you thriving. They see you healthier, stronger, and more successful than ever before. And worst of all, they see that they no longer matter to you. That is the moment they realize they have truly lost. Because the greatest form of justice is not revenge, it's transformation. It's using every painful experience as fuel to become the best version of yourself. It's refusing to be defined by the harm others have caused. When you focus on yourself, your future, you take all the energy they used against you and turn it into something unstoppable. And while you rise, they remain trapped in the same mindset that made them hurt you in the first place, trapped in their own bitterness, watching from a distance as you become everything they never thought you could be. So don't waste a second trying to make them pay for what they did. The universe will handle that. Your only job is to grow, because your growth is their greatest loss, and your success is the only response they will never be able to ignore. True justice is found in time. Time is the greatest judge of all. When someone causes harm, betrays your trust, or tries to bring you down, you may not see justice immediately. It may feel like they walk away untouched, as if life has rewarded them while you are left to pick up the pieces. But the truth is, no one escapes the consequences of their actions. It may take months, it may take years, but life always delivers what is deserved. People who intentionally hurt others often believe they are immune to consequences. They convince themselves that they can manipulate, deceive, and destroy without ever facing repercussions. But that is because they only see what is in front of them. They do not see the long game. They do not realize that the pain they caused is like a debt that time will collect when they least expect it. What they gave you, they will eventually receive. Maybe not in the same way, maybe not from the same person, but life has an undeniable way of restoring balance. The lies they spread will one day circle back to them. The pain they inflicted will eventually find them in a moment when they need kindness the most. The betrayal they committed will one day leave them feeling abandoned and lost, not because you wished it upon them, but because no one escapes the energy they create. This is why you must let go of the need for revenge. You don't need to intervene. You don't need to prove anything. The universe does not forget, and time never fails to set things right. Your only job is to trust the process and focus on your own journey. And while time works in your favor, something else happens. You heal. You grow. You rise above it all, stronger than before. And when the day comes that they finally face what they once gave, you won't even care anymore. You won't be watching, waiting, or hoping for their downfall. You'll be too busy living, thriving, and building the life they once tried to destroy. That is true justice, not in their suffering, but in your ability to move forward without them. Because the greatest punishment for those who hurt you is knowing that their actions no longer define you. And in the end, time will take care of the rest.